Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om Ishvaro Gururatmeti Murti Bheda Vibhagine Vyomavat Vyapta Dehaya Dakshinamurtaye Namaha Om. Dear devotees, last class we completed the 84 sutras of Narada Bhakti Sutra, and we saw that Ishvara is the whole, he is the universal being, Jiva is the individual being, and the eternal relationship is called Bhakti. So today I thought we will discuss some selected shlokas from the Gita. So we have seen Narada Bhakti Sutras can be summarized as the 5 points that Sri Ramakrishna mentions. What is the sadhana according to Narada? Seek holy company, discriminate between permanent and transient, chant the name of God, do all your duties with detachment, and meditate in solitude occasionally. So this is the summary of Narada Bhakti Sutras. Now, what we will do is we will take 10 selected verses from Bhagavad Gita on Bhakti, and let us see how Gita presents Bhakti as. Now, before getting into the slokas, let us recollect. So this already we have discussed most of these points, but let us recollect what is Bhakti. So when we consider ourselves as individuals, that is as Jivatma, then the universal entity is the Paramatma, and we are inseparable and totally dependent on the universal. So this body and mind is an infinitesimal, small, insignificant part of this entire universe. This entire universe is so huge that this body, this mind, this life is absolutely insignificant. And it is totally inseparable from the universal, and it is totally dependent on the universal. So that we should understand and realize. And as individual, we are reflections of pure consciousness on this insignificant small part of this whole universe. Now, we are pure consciousness. We are reflections of the original consciousness, which is Atman, on this small part of this universe. Ishvara is a reflection of the same consciousness on the entire universe. So, Jivatma is the reflection of consciousness on the small part of this universe, and Ishvara, Paramatma, is the reflection of the consciousness on this whole universe. And from a still higher point of view, we are pure consciousness. So these 3 levels of understanding we saw. We saw Hanumanji's prayer, which Sri Ramakrishna quotes often in the gospel. Deha buddhya dasoham jiva buddhya twadamsakah atma buddhya tvameivaham iti maya nischita matihi. Iti me nischita matihi. So, this is what Hanumanji says. So, 3 standpoints, and understanding Ishvara this way, and we will automatically have love and gratitude towards Ishvara, which will express emotionally and also physically with signs like horripilation, choking, tears, all these things. So we have seen how Narada Bhakti Sutra talk about all these things, and Sri Ramakrishna also talks about these repeatedly in the gospel. Now, this entire universe is Ishvara, and depending upon the context, we worship Ishvara through various forms and names. Now, when we are doing actions, when we consider ourselves as Karta, Ishvara is the Karma Phala Data. Is the giver of the results of action. When we consider ourselves as citizens of India, then Ishvara is Bharat Mata, Mother India. If we are seeking wealth, then Ishvara is worshipped as Lakshmi. If we are seeking knowledge, Ishvara is worshipped as Saraswati. If we are going to take bath in Ganga, we worship the same Ishvara as Ganga Mata. If we are starting something new venture, we worship the same Ishvara as Ganesha. So depending upon the context, we worship the same Ishvara through various names and forms. But Ishvara is the same. There is one Ishvara who is basically the consciousness associated with the whole universe. And when we consider ourselves as pure conscious Atman, then automatically Ishvara is also the same. There is no difference. So Bhakti spreads through all these three positions, right? Three stances. And Bhakti is an understanding and attitude, and everything we do with this attitude is a worship. So Narada Bhakti Sutra says, Sarvada Sarva Bhavaina, right? So in all ways, at all times, whatever we do is an offering to Ishvara only, because Ishvara is this entire universe. Whatever we see with our eyes open is nothing but Ishvara. Right? Now, let us look at some of the shlokas. The first shloka taken up in this is 10th chapter, 20th shloka. Ahamatma gudakesha sarvabhutashayastitah ahamadischa madhyam cha bhutanam anta evacha. So this is when Sri Ramana Maharishi was asked which is the one shloka in the Gita which is the most important. He pointed out to this shloka, 10th chapter, 20th shloka. It expresses pure jnanam. So it says, the Lord says, Aham Atma. Atma is pure consciousness. Right? So Gudakesha means Arjuna, Gudaka Isha, one who does not sleep. Aham Atma Sarva Bhuta Ashaya Stitaha. So I reside in the hearts of all beings. Bhuta means living beings. Sarva Bhuta, all living beings. Ashaya, in the heart. Stitaha, I reside. So Aham Atma Gudakesha Sarva Bhutashaya Stitaha. Then Aham Adischa Madhyamcha Bhutanam Anta Evacha. I am the beginning, middle, and end of all beings. So when you say beginning, middle, and end, what it means is I am the material cause of this universe. This entire universe is made of Ishvara. Ishvara is both the sentient cause and also material cause. Mundaka Upanishad gives the example of Urnanabhi, the spider. How the spider is both the material cause and also the instrumental cause of the web. It does not go and outside for material to build the web. It itself emits that material, and it itself is the cause of the material for the web, and also it itself is the one who makes the web also. So the Atman is both the consciousness and also matter, right? So there is nothing extraneous to this pure consciousness. So matter is a product of consciousness, right? That is what this shloka says. And so nothing exists other than the Lord. And the interesting thing is, this is the position of pure consciousness. And so when a jnani identifies himself as pure consciousness, the jnani also can make this statement. And in fact, if you see in the Kaivalya Upanishad, after attaining Atma Jnanam, the student says, Mayyeva sakalam jatam, mayi sarvam pratishtitam, mayyeva layam yati. So this is what the student says, not Ishvara. Student says, Mayyeva sakalam jatam. Everything has arised, everything has born in me. Mayyeva sakalam jatam, mayi sarvam pratishtitam. Everything is established in me only. Mayyeva layam yati. Everything will dissolve back into me only. That is exactly the statement, Aham adischa madhyam cha bhutanam anta eva cha. The same statement, Kaivalya Upanishad, the student, after attaining Atma Jnanam, says the same word. So basically, this statement, though from one point of view, it is from the Ishvara says this, but actually, the beauty of it is, the jnani also can make this statement, right? This particular statement. Now, the next shloka is at the personal God, about Ishvara, Saguna Ishvara. The previous one was about Nirguna Brahman, and here we are talking about Saguna Ishvara. And let us see the shloka. Bhoktaram yajna tapasam sarvaloka maheshwaram suhrudam sarvabhutanam jnatva mam shantim richati. So, Bhoktaram yajna tapasam. I am the beneficiary of all yajna and tapas. So all our activities are classified into two, external activities and internal activities. All external activities are called yajna. All internal activities are called as tapas in this shloka. So now he says, Bhoktaram yajna tapasam. I am the one who is the beneficiary of all yajna and tapas. So if you are, suppose if you are standing on the road and someone comes and asks, sir, which is the way to the metro station? And then you tell the person, okay, you go straight, take a left, and then take the first right, and then you will reach the metro station. This person says, thank you, sir, and he goes. Now, who is the beneficiary of you doing this help? Here, Krishna says, I am the beneficiary. Through helping this stranger, you have actually helped me, right? And suppose if you say, I will do Ekadasi Upavasa. Now, that is an internal activity, tapas. Now, who is the beneficiary? Here, Krishna says, I am the beneficiary. Another word meaning for yajna and tapas is, in the Gita, we have this triad, yajna, dana, tapas. Yajna is giving back whatever we have already taken. Dana is giving more than what we have taken. Is austerities. So we can consider that meaning also for yajna and tapas. So yajna is giving back what we have taken to this world, and tapas is austerities. So both our meanings are the same. So bhoktaram yajna tapasam. The Lord is the beneficiary of all external and internal activities, which means he is omniscient and he is omnipresent. Right? So he is everywhere. Sarvaloka Maheshwaram. He is the supreme Lord of all the worlds. Right? So when we say Sarvaloka, here we can consider it as the physical world, the mental world, and the causal world. Just as we have the Stula Sharira, physical body, Sukshma Sharira, the subtle body, Karana Sharira, the causal body. All the Stula Shariras of everyone plus all the material world put together is Sukshma, is Stula Prapancham. All the subtle bodies of all living beings put together is the Sukshma Prapancham, and all the causal bodies of all the living beings put together is the Karana Prapancham. So this is the Sarva Loka, right? Sarva Loka Maheshwaram. He is the Supreme Lord of all the worlds. At will, he can create, destroy this entire universe and entire all these things, and everything that happens is by his will alone. So he is the Sarvaloka Maheshwaram. He is omnipotent. And then he says, Suhridam Sarva Bhutanam. I am the well-wisher of all living beings. I am the friend of all living beings. So he is a compassionate one. Now, why is he Sugridam? Why is he the friend? Why is he the well-wisher of all living beings? Because all the living beings are his own parts only. Are you a well-wisher of your finger? Now, in your hand, you have your little finger. Are you the well-wisher of your little finger? Yes. We are all well-wishers of our every part of our body. So automatically, because every living being is a part of Ishvara, automatically Ishvara is the friend of all living beings. He is compassionate, right? Now these three, omniscient, omnipotent and compassionate, are the characteristics of personal God. And in fact, whenever we worship that entity, assuming that that entity is omniscient, omnipotent, and compassionate. Like when we worship the form of, let us say, Ganesha. Now we assume that the Lord knows that we are worshipping him. We assume that the Lord has the capability to bless us, omnipotent. And we assume that the Lord has the compassion to bless us also. So even if one of them is missing, prayer becomes meaningless. So every prayer assumes these three aspects of the Lord: omniscience, omnipotence, and compassion. Now, Krishna says, Jnatva mam shantim richati. If you understand Ishvara with these three aspects, then what is there for you to worry about? You'll be completely free from all regret, anxiety, fear, everything, right? Because the Lord is there, he knows, he can, and he will, right? So what is there for me to worry about? So shantim richati, you will attain peace, right? So anyone who is anxious, afraid, or has regrets, basically it means the faith in God is lacking. Because if you have faith in the Lord, then you will have complete peace. You will be fully free from anxiety. And how many such gods can be there? Omniscient, omnipotent, compassionate. There can be only one such Lord. So every worship goes to the same Lord. That also we will see in a shloka. And the same Lord also incarnates whenever needed. Yada yada hi dharmasya glanirbhavati bharata abhyuthanamadharmasya tadatmanam srijamyaham. So whenever there is a decline in dharma, yada yada hi dharmasya glanihi. Glani means decline. So whenever there is a decline in dharma, yada yada hi dharmasya glanihi bhavati bharata. Bharata means Arjuna. Abhyuttanam adharmasya, and the adharma is coming up, right? Dharmasya glani, adharmasya abhyuttanam. So whenever that happens, tada, then atmanam srijami aham. So I myself embody myself in this world. So one question can come: if there is law of karma, everyone, whoever does good will get good, who does bad will get bad. So when law of karma is there, when the Lord has created the law of karma and activated it, what is the necessity for him to come, right? So the answer is yes, law of karma is there, but then desires are very contradictory. The same person wants this, that, this, that. So any person creates more karma than what he can burn. So it keeps accumulating. And when there is lot of accumulation of karma, then we cannot see the law of karma in action, right? So because of the delay, because of the lot of backlog of karma, there becomes a delay in fructification of karma. And when there is a delay, then people lose faith in law of karma. So why does a person do adharma? Because he doesn't have faith in law of karma. Otherwise, anyone who has got faith in law of karma automatically will not do anything wrong. So when we say decline of dharma and rise of adharma, we have to understand that there is a decline in faith in law of karma, right? That is why dharma is declining. So the Lord comes and clears this and also teaches the people to reinstate the faith. So the next shloka it continues. Paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya cha dushkritam dharma samstapanarthaya sambhavami yuge yuge. So paritranaya sadhunam, for the protection of the noble people. Vinashaya cha dushkritam, and destruction of the evildoers. So now here you have to see the words used are very beautiful. Sadhu is noble people. But when it comes to the other people, he says dushkritaha, people who do evil. He doesn't brand them as evil people. There is nothing called evil people. There are only evil doers. The action is evil. So when you say vinashaya cha dushkritam, what will he destroy? He will destroy the evil in the evildoers. Then they also will become sadhus, right? So he will destroy the evil in the evildoers and they will become sadhus. So that is what we see here. Vinashaya cha dushkritam. Then dharma samstapanarthaya, to establish dharma. So to establish dharma means what? To establish the faith in the law of karma, right? Once people have faith in law of karma, automatically dharma is established. So teaching is what is important. The Lord will teach. Dharma samstapanarthaya sambhavami yuge yuge. I will embody myself. I will be born in every age. So the number of incarnations is infinite. Bhagavatam itself lists 24 incarnations of Vishnu. The 10 incarnations is just for convenience, which Jayadeva has taken and other saints have taken. But then Bhagavatam itself mentions that there is infinite number of incarnations of Vishnu. And similarly, like every aspect of Ishvara incarnates in various degrees. Shankaracharya is considered as an incarnation of Shiva. Swami Vivekananda is also considered as an incarnation of Shiva. Incarnation of Vishnu is so many, right? We have the standard Dasha Avatara and also other avatars like Dhanvantri, Mohini Avatara, Vyasa Avatara, Kapila Avatara. They are all incarnations of Vishnu only. So there are so many incarnations. And also there are different levels of manifestation. Whenever there is a saint, there is a manifestation of Ishvara in that saintliness, right? So every saint is actually a partial incarnation of Ishvara only. So incarnations come in every age, place, culture and country. We don't restrict incarnations will come only in this race or that race, will come only in this country and not in some other country, only in this age and not in some other age. There are no such restrictions. Krishna himself says, Sambhavami yuge yuge. Yuge yuge also means kule kule, in whichever race. It also means deshe deshe, in all countries. So everything is included, right? So we are very broad. There is nothing called last incarnation. No. He says Sambhavami Yuge Yuge, present tense, right? And in future also he will come. So it's a very, very open book, right? Now, and in every incarnation, the Lord explains dharma and moksha so that people can understand and follow. And the moment an incarnation comes, like the huge legacy comes, like Rama Avatara was there, and Rama has left behind his name, Sri Ram, Om Sri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram, or just repeat Ram, Ram, Rama, Rama. The name is there, the form is there, the story, Ramayana is there, and so many festivals, right? Right from they sing Ram Navami to Dashara, Deepavali, right? So these are all festivals related to Rama. So many places of pilgrimage, right? And spiritual path following Rama. We have, and then so many teachings of Rama, and also so many dance, drama, art, music, architecture, literature, poetry. So much are based on the life of Rama, right? So much of cultural heritage, cultural legacy is because of this one incarnation called Rama. So similarly, Krishna also. So like this, the incarnations create a huge impact on the religious, social, cultural uh, aspects of the country and society. Now, this is the incarnations. So the Lord comes again and again to remind people of the paths of dharma and moksha. That is what the Lord comes for. And depending upon the society, the incarnation happens, right? So if the society is very much given to violence, then the Lord will come with all weapons and everything. If the society is more intellectual, then the Lord will come as a teacher, right? So depending upon the society and the need of the time, the Lord will manifest accordingly, right? And then 4 types of devotees. We have seen this in the Narada Bhakti Sutra also, it was mentioned. Chaturvidha bhajante mam janaha sukritinorjuna arto jignasurartharthi jnani cha bharatarshabha. So Chaturvidha bhajante mam. So 4 types of people, 4 types of devotees worship me. Chaturvidha bhajante mam. Janaha Sukritinarjuna. So they are all virtuous people. Actually, if you see in the Gita, the previous shloka talks about Duskritinaha, like people who resort to other negative means when they face problems, and who are proud and arrogant when they have successful. Whereas here, then he contrasts and then he says there are these people, devotees, who are Sukritinaha. So whenever they are in trouble, whenever they want something, and whenever there is success, for everything they come to the Lord, right? So this is the Sukritinaha, right? So Chaturvidha bhajante imam janaha Sukritinarjuna. So those who worship the Lord are classified into 4 types. Artho jignasurartharthi jnani cha bharatarshabha, right? So for the sake of chandas, for the sake of the meter, the sequence is slightly changed, but the gradation will be artha, artharthi, jignasu, jnani, right? So basically what the Lord says is it is not wrong to seek the Lord at times of distress, and when you have desires, it is okay. That is a good way to start devotion. But then you have to graduate to Nishkama Bhakti, where you seek the Lord and not the world, right? So Artha and Artharthi, for them, world is the end, and they go to God as the means to the world. Whereas for the Jignasu, God is the end and world is the means. And for a Jnani, he has understood that everything is the Lord only. There is nothing to be gained or lost. So we have seen this table before, right? Artha, Artharthi, Jignasu, Jnani, right? So we have discussed this in detail. So basically the Artha and Artharthi worships the Lord to free him from afflictions and to get desirable things. He considers the Jiva, Jagat, Ishvara as separate, and so he works in the world and offers the fruit of action to the Lord in gratitude. Jignasu, he has realized that it is the Lord alone who has become this universe. So Jagat and Ishvara are not different, but still he and Ishvara are different. Jiva, Ishvara are separate, and he offers the work itself as worship, and he does not seek to change the situation, but he seeks to understand and learn from the situations. And then the Jnani, he understands that there is only Ishvara, nothing else is there. He has completely offered his individuality. He has realized that his individuality is a fiction and it is the Lord alone who works through him also. So he is just completely merged with the Lord and he is just wondering about the actions of the Lord. That's all. And this is another beautiful shloka, 7th chapter, 21st shloka. Yo yo yam yam tanum bhaktaha shraddhayarchitum ichchati tasya tasya chalam shraddham tameva vidadamyaham. So, yo yo, yaha yaha, right? So, whichever, yam yam, by whatever way, right? Whichever devotee, in whatever form, tanum means form. So, whichever devotee, through whichever form they worship Ishvara, maybe as Ganesha, maybe as Kartikeya, maybe as Shiva, Vishnu, right? Whichever form the devotee worships, yo yo yam yam tanum bhaktaha shraddhaya architum ichchati, wants to worship the Lord with faith, tasya tasya achalam shraddham. So to those people, right, achalam shraddham tam eva vidadami aham. I give them. Aham, I, vidadami, I give, right? What does he give? Achalam shraddham, right? Unwavering faith. So the Lord gives unwavering faith to the devotees through whichever form, name, ritual, language that the devotee wants to worship. So the Lord, being omniscient, he knows that the devotee wants to worship him. Sri Ramakrishna puts it in a very nice way. Suppose there is a 3-year-old child who cannot talk fully well. The child will call the father Ba, right? The child cannot say Baba, cannot say Daddy, cannot say Appa. The child can only say Ba. Now the father knows that the child is calling him and the father will come. Now the father will not tell the 3-year-old child, only if you call me daddy, only then I will respond back. Otherwise, I will not respond. The father will surely not say that. Otherwise, what kind of a father is he, right? So the father is omniscient. He knows that the child is calling him. The father is omnipotent. He has a capability to come and cater to the child. And the father has compassion. Whichever way the child calls, the father will come and respond to the child. Now, some religions, some people say God should be worshipped only in this form, or God should be worshipped as formless only, or God should be called by only this name, not by any other name. Now, all these things are spoiling the name of God himself. It's a blasphemy against God. Either you are saying God doesn't know that you are calling him, or God is not compassionate that he will respond to you. So those are all wrong ideas. They are all invalid ideas, illogical ideas, right? So any kind of exclusivity towards God is illogical and it is invalid. Krishna says, through whichever name, form, ritual, language, doesn't matter, or even if the devotee thinks about the Lord in his mind itself, right? Even a mental worship. So, doesn't matter. The Lord, being omniscient, he knows the innermost thoughts of every living being. He will respond back. And he says he will respond back and strengthen the faith of that devotee. So, this is the beautiful shloka which establishes religious harmony. Then, apichet suduracharo bhajate mam ananya bhak sadhureva samantavyah samyak vyavasito hi saha. So, even if a person with bad behavior, so here it says suduracharaha. So again here you can see the good person, it says sadhu, noble person. But it doesn't say bad person. It says a person with evil behavior. So Gita never brands anyone as evil. It only brands behavior as bad. And so durachara means bad behavior. Sudurachara means very, very bad behavior. Right? So even if a person who has got very, very bad and evil behavior, bhajate mam ananya bhak, if he worships me with one-pointed devotion. Now, ananya bhak is very important. What do you mean by one-pointed devotion? He says, I don't want anything in this world. I want you only, O Lord. Right? So that is one-pointed devotion. So we have the story of Valmiki. There was this robber called Ratnakara. We have seen in the story of Narada, right? So Ratnakara was a robber. He used to rob and, if necessary, kill also to earn money. And once when Narada was going towards that forest where he was there on that path, people told him, don't go there, Ratnakara is there. He said, like, no, like I don't have anything. There is nothing to rob from me. I will go. Narada went there, he came, and then Narada told him, see, why are you doing such a papa karma? Like you are accumulating lot of papa, demerit, by robbing and killing. So he said, I'm doing this to take care of my family. I'm a family man. I have parents, I have wife, I have children. Now this is the only thing I know, and I'm doing this to keep my family alive. Like, how can it be wrong? He said, like, no, but there are so many ways, but by this you are accumulating lot of sin. You are saying you are doing all these things to serve your family. Will they take share of your sin also, as they are taking share of your money? He said, obviously, yes, they will take. And Narada said, go and ask them. And because he thought Narada is trying to escape, so he tied Narada to a tree, went home and asked his parents, see, I'm to bring all this wealth and comfort to you. I am a robber, and I hope you will take a share of the sin also. And his parents said, like, no, see, we are your parents and it is your duty to serve us. And how you are bringing money is none of our business. Like, we cannot take share of the sin. And then he asked his wife and children, everyone tell the same thing. And then he came back and then he untied Narada, fell at his feet, and then said, you have opened my eyes. Tell me what I should do next. So Narada said, repeat the name of Rama. And he was so uncultured that he couldn't even tell the word Rama. So then Narada showed a tree and asked, what is that? He said, Mara. He said, okay, repeat the word Mara, Mara, Mara. And if you start repeating the word Mara, 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 automatically it will become Rama, Rama, Rama. So he sat and started repeating Rama's name with full faith. And then he was so dedicated that even a ant hill grew around him, and then Brahmaji came, blessed him, and that is why he is called Valmiki. Valmiki means one who came out of an ant hill. So this is story, and there are so many such stories in our tradition. So many people who have been duracharas, who have been evil and who have been doing lot of bad things, they have, by the grace of a guru, they have a U-turn, and then they do a become Ananya Bhak, right? Mam Ananya Bhak. So what they have one-pointed devotion towards the Lord. So when you say one-pointed devotion, it means away from the world towards the Lord. So even if a person who has done so many bad things, if he turns towards the Lord and worships the Lord, then the Lord says, Sadhureva sa mantavya. Sadhuhu eva saha mantavyaha samyak vyavasitaha hi saha. So vyavasitaha. So he has made the resolution, the decision, the right decision he has made. He has turned. So wherever he is, once the direction is turned, very soon he will come. That is what the next shloka says. Kipram bhavati dharmatma shashvat shantim nigacchati kaunteya pratijanihi name bhaktaf pranashyati. Kshipram means very soon. Kshipram bhavati dharmatma. So he will become a dharmatma very soon. Shashvat shantim nigacchati. So he will get shashvatam shanti, right? Peace of mind he will get. So once the mind is full of peace and contentment, automatically everything falls into place. So whatever people do wrong, whatever people do bad things, that is because they don't have shanti in their heart. When shanti in the heart is there, automatically all the actions will be noble. So, Kshipram bhavati dharmatma shashvat shantim nigacchati kaunteya pratijanihi name bhaktaf pranashyati. So, Krishna makes this statement. Hey Arjuna, declare to this world that my devotees never perish. My devotees are never destroyed. So, Krishna Premi Maharaj puts it in a very hilarious way. He says like, so when Krishna told Arjuna, hey Arjuna, declare to the world that my devotees don't perish. Then Arjuna got onto the chariot and then he said, oh world, listen, the devotees of Krishna never get perished. Then Krishna said, hey Arjuna, stop. What did I tell you? Say my devotees never get perished. My devotees means Arjuna's devotees. The devotees. So then Arjuna again said, oh world, listen, my devotees never get destroyed. So this me bhaktaha, so this me, it can mean Krishna. When you put a capital M here, it is Krishna's devotees. But the commentators say it can also be the devotees. So Kaunteya pratijanihi, and put a double quote. Name bhaktaf pranashyati. Hey Arjuna, say my devotees don't get destroyed. So that is what we have seen in the Ramayana when Vibhishana comes. Now the Lord says, Sakriteva prapannaya tavasmi iti cha yachate, right? Abhayam sarva bhutanam dadam yetat vratam mama, he says. So he says like, I give abhaya to everyone who says tavasmi, I am yours. And then now Vibhishana is accepted. Now when Vibhishana is accepted, there is a discussion where then Hanuman says, I have seen Vibhishana, he is a Rama Bhakta, he is a noble person. He tried to correct Ravana, he tried to remain Ravana, and he was insulted by Ravana. We should accept Vibhishana. Now there are four other people, ministers, who have come along with Vibhishana to surrender to Rama. Now, to those 4 people, there is absolutely no question at all. Vibhishana is accepted, so automatically the 4 people who came with Vibhishana are accepted without any question. So, that is what is meant by Name Bhaktav Pranashyati. So, you hold on to the feet of sadhus. You hold on to the feet of sadhus and you will be taken care of by the Lord. The Lord says he is Nijabhritya Bhashitam. He comes to save the words of the sadhus. He makes true Satyam Vidatum Nijabhritya Bhashitam. Right? The words of the sadhus are fulfilled by the Lord. So, if a sadhu blesses us saying, may you develop devotion to the Lord, then the Lord will ensure that he ensures that the words of the sadhus come true. He will give us devotion. So, Name Bhaktav Pranashyati basically means the devotees of the Lord also will be saved by the Lord. The Lord takes it as his duty to make true the words of his devotees. Right? Okay. Ananyas chintayanto mam ye janah paryupasate tesham nityabhiyuktanam yogakshemam vahamyaham. So, Ananyas chintayanto mam. So, anya means different. Ananya means not different. So, considering this entire universe as not different from the Lord, Ananyas chintayanto mam, right? So, considering that this world and all these people in the world are not different from me, Ananyas chintayanto mam, ye janaha paryupasate, those people who serve the people in the world, serve the living beings in this world. Tesham, to them, nitya abhyuktanam yoga kshemam vahamyaham. I will carry whatever is needed for their well-being. The Lord says, I will carry myself. Yoga kshemam vahamyaham. Vahamyaham means I will carry. Now, there is a beautiful story in the tradition. So, it is said that when Sridhara Swami, who wrote a beautiful commentary, very short and crisp commentary to the Gita, which has been translated to English by Swami Vireshanandji, Prabhu Maharaj, and that is used as a textbook in the training center of Ramakrishna Math. So, Sridhara Swami's commentary, when he was writing, when he came to this shloka, Yoga Kshemam Vahamyaham. So, in those days, there was no printing press or anything. So, he thought the person who made a copy has made a mistake. It should have been Dadamyaham, because the Lord has got so much of servants and everything. Why should he carry by himself? It should be he sends, he gives, Dadami. So he struck that Vahami. So he struck that Vahami and he wrote Dadami. And he had to go for taking bath. He left it like that and he went to take bath. And when he went to take bath, like he found that he was like one boy was there who said, the boy said, I will, Acharya, I will help you. And he helped the Acharya to wash his clothes. And then he told the Acharya, like, after finishing bath, the Acharya got up to go home. So the boy said, I will carry your wet clothes to home and I will give it to Amma there. You come slowly behind. Sridhara Acharya was already an old man. So he said, okay. And then that boy ran to the house. And at the house, when the boy gave the wet clothes to Sridhara Swami's family member to dry, and there she noticed there was a mark, a red mark on the back of that nice boy, and such a humble, obedient boy, like his back, someone as if someone had beaten with the cane, with a stick. So there was a scar, like a fresh scar on the back. Then she was shocked looking at it. So she asked, "You are so obedient, so humble. Who beat you like this with the stick? There is a scar on your back." And the boy told, "Amma, your husband only struck me on my back." She was shocked. "Oh, he's a sadhu. Why would he strike you?" Anyway, I'll ask him. And the boy went away. And then when Sridhar Swami came home, his wife asked, "Why did you beat that boy? He was such a nice boy." And then Sridhar Swami asked, "What boy? What did I beat?" He said, "Like that boy who helped you to wash your clothes and who came and gave the wet clothes to me." Sridhar Swami said, "Yes, that boy, he helped me. I don't know who he is. From somewhere he was there at the bank of the river, and he asked me that he will help me. He was such a humble boy, such a nice boy. He was very helpful. He washed all my clothes today, and he also offered to give the clothes at home. I did not beat him or anything." And his wife said, like, "No, no, I saw the mark on his back. There were marks that you have beaten him." Then he said, "Okay, where is that boy? Call him." And they went, searched around. The boy was not there. Then he realized that it was the Lord himself who has come in that form. And then he realized that Vahami, I carry for you, I carry for the devotees, is true. And he immediately went and saw the book, the notebook where he had struck that Vahami, and that striking was not there, and it was without any correction as Vahami. Whatever correction he had made as from Vahami to Dadami had disappeared, and it was Vahami. So, Yoga Kshemam Vahami Aham, right? So, the Lord comes as even a servant. There are so many stories in the life of the saints of Panduranga. Panduranga's devotees, like Ravidas, he was a cobbler, and the Lord, when the king ordered so a lot of shoes to be made in a very short time, the Lord comes as a youth, a cobbler youth, and throughout the night, the Lord made so many shoes for Saint Ravidas. And similarly, for the Sheshanai, he was a barber. For the barber, the Lord came in the form of a barber and shaved the king's face in the place of the devotee who was a barber. He came. So even for Bhadrachalam Ramdas, the Lord came as his servants and repaid all the money that he had used to build the temple, and then he got the letter for freeing Bhadrachala Ramdas from the prison. So like this, there are so many stories, even the life of Tulsidas, the life of various devotees of the Lord, where the Lord himself has come, right, and has done the work for the devotees, right? Even Narsi Mehta, the Lord came and did the Shraddha Puja for his parents, because Narsi Mehta had lost himself and gone to Vrindavan in pilgrimage. So like this, there are so many incidents where the Lord has come and served the devotees. So what this shloka says is Ananyas Chintayanto Mam Yejanaf Paryupasate Tesham Nidhyabhiyuktanam Yogakshemam Vahamyaham. So those who forget their own duties, their own bodily comforts, because they are fully engaged in serving the people, serving the world in the form of the Lord, to them I will take care of their concerns. Right? So there is a beautiful proverb in Tamil. Oorar pillayai ootti valattal tanbillai thana valarum. Like if you feed the neighbor's children with love, then your children will grow by themselves. Right? Oorar pillayai ootti valattal tanbillai thana valarum. That is what exactly this shloka Krishna says. Right? You serve this world as service to the Lord, and the Lord will take care of your well-being. You don't need to worry about it. Right? Sarva bhuta sthitam yo mam bhajantyekatvam sarvatha vartamanopi sayogi mayi vartate. So, this shloka, Krishna says, Sarva bhuta sthitam yo mam. Yaha, those people, right, who bhajati, who worships me, in what way? Sarva bhuta sthitam, as established in all living beings. Right? So, how do you worship the Lord in all living beings? By serving them. Right? You cannot ask a person to sit and put garland and do puja. You have to look at their needs and you have to fulfill their needs. That is the way you serve living beings. Right? So, Mam Yaha Mam Sarvabhuta Sthitam Bhajati. So one who worships me sees that I am seated in the hearts of all living beings, and Ekatvam Astitaha, who see that the unity, and they worship, they serve the living beings. Sarvatha Vartamanaha Api Sa Yogi Mayi Vartate. So whatever he does, he is established in me. So basically, like Sarvatha, in whichever manner, Vartamanaha, he lives. Api, even then, right? Mayi Vartate, he lives in me only. So, once you see this entire universe as Ishvara, whatever we do is a transaction with Ishvara only. So, whatever we do, it is a transaction with Ishvara only. So he says, Mayi Vartate. He lives in me only. So whatever he does, whether he is going and buying some grocery for the house, or he is doing some coding for his profession, or he is going and doing some Swachha Bharat activity, cleaning the road, or he helps the neighbors or some strangers, or he does puja in the puja room, doesn't matter what work he does, if he sees that it is the Lord who has become this entire universe and every living being is the Lord himself, then there is no difference between sacred work and secular work. Everything is sacred because everything is the Lord's work only. The Lord is the Bhoktaram Yajna Tapasam. He is the beneficiary of all activities. So, he is the one, he is the beneficiary. So, by all activities, the person is engaging in the work of the Lord only. Shivajnane Jiva Seva. That is what Swami Vivekananda says, right? So, Shivajnane Jiva Seva automatically happens. And in fact, this is the 6th chapter, 31st shloka. And in the previous shlokas, he shows that it is his own self and the self of the Jnani also. So, if you look at the set of shlokas, 29, 30, 31, it's a very beautiful set you can go and refer to. So, these are a selection of 10 shlokas from the Gita, and we can see how the essence of the Gita, essence of bhakti in the Gita is Vishwarupa Ishvara Bhakti, right? And bhakti for bhakti sake, love for love's sake. Absolutely no worldly prosperity as the goal, right? So it is jnana and vairagya sahita bhakti, right? Knowing who is Ishvara, knowing that we are all parts of Ishvara, and in reality, we are pure consciousness. Knowing all these things with this knowledge, and knowing that this entire universe is a manifestation of Ishvara, and the goal of life is not worldly prosperity, goal of life is to have bhakti towards Ishvara. Bhakti is the goal of life. Worldly prosperity is not the goal of life. You can start with Kamya Bhakti, but then very soon you have to move to Nishkama Bhakti. So Naradiya Bhakti is Nishkama Bhakti, right? And also, finally, recognizing our identity with Ishvara, right? So this is what we have seen in Narada Bhakti Sutras. Same thing we can see in the Bhagavad Gita also. So how to do this? How to practice this bhakti? Sri Ramakrishna gives the 5 disciplines: Satsanga, then Viveka, and then Nama Japa, Karma Yoga, and Dhyana. Right? So this is what Sri Ramakrishna gives as the 5 disciplines to develop love for Ishvara. Tvameva mata cha pita tvameva, tvameva bandhuscha sakha tvameva, tvameva vidya dravinam tvameva, tvameva sarvam mama deva deva. Shri Ramakrishna. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Tat Sat. Shri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu. Jai Ramakrishna, Jai Ramakrishna, Jai Ramakrishna.